You are listening to the Eskimo Empire Podcast, a proud member of the Canadian Football Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Empire. It's the Eskimo Empire Podcast.
This is Trevor Harris.
Hey, how you doing? This is number 58, Travis Bond.
This is Christoph Malomba Chimanga.
Hey there, this is your co-host, Kenny Stafford.
Hey, this is Ryan King.
And Calvin McCarty.
And you are listening to...
You're listening to the Eskimos Empire.
Listening to the Eskimo Empire Podcast.
The Eskimo Empire Podcast. Hope you guys enjoy listening.
Welcome back to the Turf District. Ladies and gentlemen, it sounds like we have a tentative deal in place for the CBA, which means camp will open as scheduled this Sunday. And it means we are more than likely to have our full season, including preseason games. Very, very exciting news today. And as that came out, I thought, how do we celebrate? Well, how about a Spepisode? So I was able to catch up with brand new linebacker Jovan Santos-Knox, who joined the team, of course, in free agency. So I thought I'd just bring that to you as a little bit of a celebration. So let's go to that right now. Joining us now is one of the brand new members to the Green and Gold, one of our new starting linebackers, I would assume. Joined us in free agency, coming over from the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, but is now wearing the proper colors of green and gold and not blue and gold. Welcome to the Empire, Jovan Santos-Knox, and thanks for coming on the show, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to start this new era here in Edmonton, for sure.
Absolutely. We're excited you picked us. That's outstanding. Tell us a little bit about Free Agency Day and kind of how this all came to be.
Well, I went into it. This is my first free agency. This is my first time entering free agency. So, it was a little bit chaotic, hectic. I was nervous. I didn't really know what to expect much. But, when Edmonton reached out, it was sort of a no-brainer. The tradition that they have here and, the great coaching staff and the direction where they're going with the team, I was totally on board. And I think I was like the rest of everyone else, I didn't really know who we were going to sign. But, Brock told me, hey, get ready. It's going to be a good day. And I just kept on hearing, announcement after announcement of guys signing, and I was ecstatic, man. I was just like, man, this even makes my decision that much better, just because I think we have a great group of guys, brought in some great guys, already had some great guys on the team. So I'm excited to get in camp and see how this thing's meshed.
Wow, that's awesome. So you actually didn't know about the other signings yet. You made this decision even before that happened. That blows my mind.
Yeah, well, at that time, I was still thinking, there's a chance, Riley's coming back. So I really had no direction where we were going to go. I just knew, I talked to Brock, I talked to Coach Moss, and the direction with the team and everything. It made sense to me. And it just felt right. So I made the decision before I knew about Larry, Don and all those guys. So when I heard about that, man, I was at the edge of my seat. I was going crazy. I was excited. So to go from, playing beside a guy like Big Hill to now Larry Dean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Oh man, that is outstanding. You sound just like all us fans here in Edmonton on that day. It's like, wow, this guy, and then your name came up. And for me, I really think that you are one of the steals of free agency for us because one of those guys that, although kind of on free agency day, I think was a bit under the radar, but shouldn't have been. And I'm really glad that you're here. Now, you were just saying, of course, you're talking Larry Dean and Don Anamba joining in. Mm-hmm. What do you think of this new look defense? Because it's definitely a lot different than what we've had over the last few years, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I followed those guys when they were at Hamilton, and if you watch Hamilton's defense the last couple of years, you could see those guys showed up all over the field, all over the tape. Larry Dean's an all-star in this league, one of the best defense players in this whole league. So just to be played beside a guy like that, it truly is an honor. That's getting me excited because I just know, hopefully what I bring to the table, things will just mesh perfectly. It's and then Don is a great player too. He makes plays all the time. So I think we could have one of the best linebacker cores in the whole CFO by far. And I just really like the direction we're going, especially with Coach Lally. He's a great defensive coordinator. He's a great defensive mind. So the way he's going to use us, I'm excited. I know it's going to be fun.
That's awesome. Now, let's travel back a bit, because you did say the way that you play the game. So when did you actually start playing football, and kind of who introduced you to it?
Actually, a funny story. My mom was afraid to put me in tackle football. She didn't want me to play tackle football. So I began playing flag football from age like 6 until like 9, 10. And I had a lot of convincing to do to her to let me, play tackle football. And she finally gave in. I think it was my 7th grade year of school where I was able to tackle and stuff like that. So I was ready. I was at that point I was just like a dog, just ready to go. And they let me off the chains. And ever since then, man, I just knew football is my passion, my love. I always loved the sport, and even before like the contact side of it. So that's how I knew I liked it. But then once you added that part to it, the game was a lot more fun to me. And, I think I definitely developed my true passion for, defense during those early days, just because, I love to hit. So it was, a great introduction to football. I think, flag football is a good thing, but man, tackle football, that's what set it off for me for sure.
And you got pretty good at that, actually.
Yes, I did. Yes. Definitely. I was also a basketball player. Basketball was another, sport that I played a lot. I was all the way up to high school, really good at it. And I think that helped, translate to my football skills as well. So.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Now, did you always play linebacker, or have you played a couple other positions, or why did you kind of settle on linebacker?
Yeah, I was playing tight end. I would rush off the edge in high school. I played some safety in high school. I was actually a player who, I got plopped around in high school a lot in different positions, just because my versatility, I believe. Was able to cover guys. I was able to rush. I was able to tackle. So my coach used me in a lot of different positions in high school and in college. Played some middle linebacker, played outside linebacker, played safety in some free safety, strong safety in certain packages, and I also played defensive end. So this was all in high school and college, and obviously when you get up to the higher level, you kind of got to focus in on one position. But up here I'm more of a will. It's a really good position for my skill set, I believe. I'm able to go side to side and able to cover guys, and that's what I love to do. So you're going to see guys, especially with Lally too, his new system, we're going to have us, getting after guys too. So I think that's another one of my strengths, getting after the quarterback. So hopefully, I think we'll be able to showcase all those abilities this year. So.
Awesome. That is music to our ears. And actually, now it's okay for you to go and hit Riley. We're okay with that.
Yes, definitely. Got him a couple times when he was in Edmonton. So, get him in that in that black and orange now. So that's what we're going for.
I watched your highlight tape. I know you hit him a few times. So now it's okay. Now, was there someone that you kind of looked up to as you were playing? Is there a player that you thought, hey, I want to kind of be like that guy?
Oh, Ray Lewis. I loved Ray Lewis as a kid. Just the way he played the game, physical, nasty, all over the field. Just the way he led, that was the biggest thing. He was more than just a guy on the field, just making plays. You could see him pointing direction, directing people around the field. And I kind of saw that as a young guy, and I wanted to be that guy on the defense. I look at him as like a quarterback on the defense, and I always try to emulate that and try to show that, do that in my game. So I definitely would say Ray Lewis. He was one of my favorites.
Oh, that's outstanding. Now, you've chased football a little bit too, and that's one of the things I say that is because that's what Brock was saying to us, is that he wanted guys on the team that really wanted to chase and wanted to play football. And before you joined Winnipeg, you had quite a trek, I think, with your dad to go to an open camp. Is that right?
I did. So I actually made a 9-hour drive Not many opportunities were coming my way during that time. I took a year off from football. Was working at my local GNC supplement store and training, in my free time. And, one day my dad said, hey, there's an opportunity down in North Carolina. Do you want to go? I said, absolutely. So he got in the car and he drove me down there. And, it was the best 9 hours of my best 9 hour drive of my life because, it set me up now for where I'm at. I paid $100 for the tryout fee. It was funny. The guys from Winnipeg actually gave that back and said, I think you earned it at this point. Halfway through the season, and we laughed about it. But, it was a great opportunity. I thank Winnipeg for giving me my opportunity because, I was out of football for a year. And for most people, being out of football for a year, it's hard to make that comeback. And, these last 2 years have been nothing but amazing. It shows, that, if I didn't make that drive, who knows where I would have been, and it shows that, everybody doesn't get that chance right away. But if you just keep pushing and working, you never know when your next opportunity is. So definitely blessed and lucky for that trip to North Carolina.
Wow, that is so amazing. And of course, now we know who to ask if we need supplements too. I appreciate you filling us in for that. That's
yeah. Well, I know I could tell you a few things. I know how they stock the shelves and everything. So I actually walk in the GNC around here. I always bring it up to them. I say, hey, I used to work here. It's just funny because I know their system and stuff like that. But it's funny. Yeah. Good times at that GNC. Definitely like my job a lot better now. Nothing wrong with GNC, but I love football. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, when you came up to the Canadian game, was it a huge adjustment for you having played American for so long?
Yeah, there was definitely a little adjustment. At the end of the day, football's football. Not much that big of a difference with the game. But the little things, such as like the yard off the ball, the extra man on the field, that kind of threw me off. And the size of the field. I just remember my first preseason game, and I was on all the special teams units, and I just remember how winded and tired I was, and I felt like I was in great shape coming into this camp. But you just can't prepare for the size of the field and the type of running you do up here in the CFL, and until you do it. And now, knowing what I know now, I definitely prepare myself a little bit differently. But it's just, I think that's the biggest adjustment for American players is realizing how big the field is actually and how big of a difference that makes. The spacing is a lot different. Just how people are, set up blocks and different things is a little different. So I think that was the biggest adjustment thing. And just, how fast paced it is. 3 downs down south, we'd go 4 downs. So it's a little bit slower paced game. My parents to this day, they talk about how the NFL game looks a little slow to them because they watch the CFL games now. And they're like, we move a lot faster and just how quick the game transitions and stuff like that. So there's definitely a learning curve, but I've come to love it. The rules and how everything is up here. I love the way the game is played.
Oh, that's outstanding to hear, actually, and that's kind of what we feel too. Is that you get that really fast pace up here, and then you have to get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we know that there's a tentative deal in place, we don't have it signed for sure, but we know camps are opening here coming on Sunday. Do you now have a different kind of pre-camp ritual that you kind of get yourself ready because I can't imagine that camp is ever an easy thing.
Oh no, mentally, camp is a mental grind for sure. That's the biggest thing about it. And it's not really the physical part of it because coaches do a great job of keeping good care of us and taking care of our bodies so we're fresh for the first game. It's all the meetings and all the installs and all the different things like that. It takes a toll on you mentally. So for me, I know preparing little things I do to prepare to get ready for it. I really just started going to bed a lot earlier. Off season, our time schedules are a lot different. You have a lot more freedom to sleep in or stay up a little bit later. But with practice as early as it is and meetings go as long as they do, you need your sleep. So that's the best way I think you have energy throughout camp and are able to get through camp easily is getting the right amount of sleep. So that's what I've definitely been working on these last 2 weeks. Just getting my sleep schedule back in order so I can be ready for camp for sure.
Awesome.
But with this whole thing happening, our mindsets don't change. We were just we all been preparing as if this season was going to happen on time, and then it's looking like it is. So I think we're all ready to go, especially the guys I've been training with up here in Edmonton. So.
Cool. Who have you been training with up here?
Different guys. Blair. I've been with Jordan Hoover, Matt O'Donnell, David Beard. A bunch of guys up here. So it was good. I got up here a little early, so I was able to mix it up with the guys and meet a bunch of guys early and meet the staff. Just the everyday people, the guys in the locker room, the equipment guys. We got great guys in the whole organization. So it just makes my decision, makes me feel a lot more better about my decision coming up here early and seeing the type of people that are here. It's a good feeling. I know I'm in a good place. So.
Outstanding. Well, let's get to know you a little bit better off the field before we let you go. Do you have a pre-game ritual that you kind of stick to?
A pre-game ritual. I always eat chicken parmesan usually the night before the game. That's my go-to pre-game. I'm trying to think. I'm not really much of a ritual guy. I get my tapes done. I have a schedule that I do on game day. I stretch and I come in. I get my feet taped. Then I go back out for another stretch and I come back in. I get my wrist taped. So it's a process, more of a process, not ritual, I would say. But I have a process of getting ready, and so that's about it. Just more getting ready.
That's all right. Hey, a schedule is a schedule. That works. With just some people do different, like yours.
Yeah.
If you always eat chicken parm, that's not a bad choice either. I don't mind
that at all. No, it's my favorite. Since high school, I've been, chicken parm is my pregame meal. So, yeah, I've been sticking with it.
Oh, you and I are going to get along just great. I love that. That's very good. Now, do you have a favorite kind of music? Do you have something that you prefer to listen to on the iPod?
Yeah. So I'm a big hip hop guy. I like Drake. One of Canada's best. I love Drake. I like different guys, Meek Mills. But on game days, I actually listen to R&B, slower music. I like to kind of just like a peaceful zone vibe, just kind of zone in, vibe in, and then like about 10, 15 minutes before game kickoff. Then I start turning it back up, and I get the music going again. But like up until the game, usually up until those 10 to 15 minutes, I like slower paced music. So like Alicia Keys, crazy music, Beyonce, Usher, Chris Brown, things like that to kind of just get my mind off the game a little bit and just calm. And then come game time, 10 minutes before, I'm cranking up DMX, Jay-Z, Meek Mill, all that stuff. So yeah.
That's awesome. Great picks. Do you have a favorite movie or something you like to watch?
I'm a big Marvel guy. So anything that has to do with Marvel, I'm usually I'm watching it. So the Avengers, all the Marvel movies I've seen. So I would say the Marvel series. If I could choose a whole thing, I would say Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel.
I don't think you're alone there. Have you seen Endgame already?
Oh yeah, I have. I don't want to give no spoilers out, so I'm gonna try to keep quiet. But it's a good movie. A very good movie. I was very happy with it. So
yeah, I still got to get around to that, but I'll talk to you after I see it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Do you have a favorite spot you like to travel?
I wouldn't say favorite spot. I like going to new places I haven't really been. Just adding different things to my passport, seeing as much as I can. So I actually went to Jamaica this off season for the first time. Got to see that country, beautiful country, yeah. And I would say just anywhere new. I'm trying to do like a Europe trip next year or something like that. So I don't have a favorite destination yet, but I'm trying to build a list and then go from there.
Awesome. Is there something specific you like to do when you're not playing football or not watching tape?
I would say cook. I'm a good cook. I like to cook. So all my meals, I make sure I cook. I think it's a little bit of a hobby of mine. I look up different recipes. I'm an amateur chef, I would say. So on my free time, I would say I make some good meals. So
okay. So other than chicken parm, what is the best thing that you make?
Put me on the spot. Let's see. I can make a good lasagna too. See, I'm good with the Italian food. I got some Italian, some Italian in me, so I've learned from some good people, some good chefs. But I would say, chicken, fish, I can make it all. So whatever, if you just tell me what you like, I can find a way to make it.
Oh, wow. That sounds even better. I like this. So, okay, let me throw you a bit of a curveball question, but we always like to ask this of the new guys. So if you had 1 hour to talk to anybody in the world, who would it be and why?
Ooh. 1 hour to talk to anybody in the world. Why? Oh, I would definitely talk to sheesh. I think I would talk to like a Bill Gates or someone like that. Someone with a lot of money and just pick their brain for an hour, learn whatever they know to become as successful as they were. I think that's knowledge that you could definitely use and definitely do something with. So I would say Bill Gates. Why not? Yeah, he's a pretty rich guy. So, yeah, Bill Gates.
I love it. And now a question we also always ask is, do you have a nickname that we need to know about?
No, like I had some people call me JSK because my name's so long. So, they just say JSK. I've heard different variations of JSK. They say it sounds like a president's name. It sounds like a missile. I don't know. So I would say JSK. That's all I really am called. Was called, my football days. So
awesome. We can totally work with that. That's perfect. Now I know you were in town for the Eskimos women's dinner, and like you said, you've been around some of the guys and around the locker room, things like that. So far, what do you think of the Eskimo way? Oh,
I think that, the culture here is just, it's not like anything else. You could just feel the energy of people that love to support the team. And I just, everything about the team and how it's ran from top down, it's just professional, man. And, everyone has your back and is looking out for you. Like, no matter what. I came out here early, so I wasn't really too familiar with the city, but I had so many helping hands and people just, willing to help me get adjusted so it could be nice and smooth. So I would say, the great people here, and I've already, figured that out, found that out from an early start, for sure. The women's dinner was a great function. It was amazing to be in there around all these amazing, terrific women, and hearing their stories and just seeing them have a good time. It was a good, and I was glad to be a part of it for the first time.
Outstanding. Well, as I said before, we're so happy you picked us, and we're very excited to see you guys out on the field on Sunday and getting prepped for another big season, especially on the defense. And we're hoping that we'll be able to catch you throughout the season and kind of see how things are going for you.
Absolutely. Definitely. It was great talking to you guys. I had a fun time.
This is AJ Gass, and you're listening to the Eskimo Empire podcast.
Man, this guy is amazing. I thought that was a really, really fun conversation. I can't wait to catch up with him at camp. And I can't wait to catch up at camp with all of you. Again, camp opens this Sunday, May the 19th, 9:20 a.m. at Commonwealth Stadium. Come on down, join the gang there. We will be watching for all the new guys and getting prepped for awarding our brand new year's award, I guess, for Jimmy Gaines Award for the best new player to arrive on the scene here in Edmonton, as we give out every year. And of course, as we do that, we will also welcome back Paul Reckner to the show to give us some of his insights when we get to next week. The whole gang will be back as well. Kayla, Superfan Mike. So we're very excited to get this all going. So come down, see us at camp. If you want one of your Earth Kwaku shirts, just private message me either on Facebook or Twitter, and I can make sure I can bring that down to camp with me. And that way you're all decked out in the new shirt for the season. I want to say thanks again to our regular sponsor, United Construction Company. Make sure you follow them at unitedconstruction.ca. And of course, you can follow them on Twitter at UCC_EDM. Follow the podcast on all of our social channels. Of course, check out our website, eskempire.ca, which has all of our links, but it's also got all of our shows, our past shows, so you can catch them all there. Thanks again for tuning in. We are so excited. The season is right around the corner, and we will absolutely see you on Sunday.
Thanks for listening. Find more great shows like this at CF Pod Network on Twitter.